Maybe what you should do is you should maybe check your speaker instead of logging out. You should check that. Yeah, all right. So I gave you a homework to import one file which is a sales register file, correct? This is the file we were supposed to import. This is what you all have imported, am I right? Those who have not imported can do it along with me. Very simple. Please follow the instructions along with me. Please click on desktop. Select Excel. Then click on browse. Go to CAT training files and select sales register. Then click on next. There's only one sheet. Select first row is field names. Let the name of the file be sales register. Please complete up to here and confirm. Excellent, friends. Now click on OK. In this file, we have invoice number, invoice date, region, product, customer type, whether sold to government entities, domestic customers, foreign market. Then this is executive name and this is invoice amount. A simple looking sales register. Okay. Now first thing what we need to do is we need to find out, is this file complete? Are there any invoices which are not given to us? Many a times it so happens that when we extract the data, client invariably selects some options and some data is missed out. So my humble advice to everyone on this forum is, whenever we start analyzing the data, we first need to perform a completeness check to ensure that there is nothing which is missing. If you are looking at sales register, then gap detection will tell you, are there any invoices which are missing? If you are looking at payroll data, then employee code will tell you whether the data of any employee is missing or not. If you are looking at stock register, then stock item code. So there will be unique columns which are sequentially numbered. Okay, so you need to look for those columns and run a gap detection. In our file, invoice number column is sequentially numbered. It is chronologically in sequence, and ideal column for gap detection. So how do we run a gap detection? Please click on analysis and click on gap detection. Many of you might receive this message. Please click on yes. Please come up to this dialog box. IDEA is asking you on which column I should run a gap detection. By default, it picks up the first column. And in our case, we want to run gap detection on invoice number. Here, IDEA will show you start key value, which is 1, and key value, which is 1004, which means the file that we have received from our client, invoice number 1 is the start value, and invoice number 1004 is the last invoice prepared in the year. Most of the commands that we run on IDEA will give you output either as database or as result or both. So when we click here, you can generate output as database and result. We have to give name to this output. So let us say we give the name missing sales invoices. Please type this name, Control C and Control V. You can paste the name for result also. Once you have done, please let me know. Here the names are same, and IDEA will allow that, Durgesh, because one name is going to be allotted to database and one to result. So even if the names are same, we will not get confused. Let me show you that. Okay. Shall I proceed? This is the result of gap detection. If you remember, we had selected output as a result and output as a database. So what you are seeing on your screen is this output as a result. A kind of a report is prepared by IDEA showing you the invoices which are missing in the file. So this is where you have to look for the result. And where is output as database? So all your databases are IDEA files. So when you click on this plus sign, this is the missing sales invoice database. Double click on it. Exactly what you saw in the report is provided you in the form of database. So it is invoice number 128, 214, 326, 424, and 3 invoices from 467, 468, 469, and 536. So in all, these many invoices are missing. This is how we have to run a gap detection on any file. When I go to my main file, I will see the report. Everyone has understood this report, how to read gap detection? Very nice question, Karan. After this activity, we will do it on alphanumeric invoices also. There is one file where we have invoices in alphanumeric order. So I will show you after this. Have you understood? So this was the command. When you click on the rerun, it will show you previously executed command. So when you say create a database, a result will reflect here. When you say create a result, the result will reflect here. This is how IDEA operates. Therefore, even if names are same, it doesn't matter. Okay, Durgesh? Yeah, are we all aligned? How is the Josh? Everyone is with full power. I know Monday being a busy day, yeah, after a weekend, but yes, you have to keep your Josh high. We are going to see plenty of analytics option today. Okay. So if you are clear with this report, then I'll show you how to extract this report. Now this is the report. What if you want to send it to your client and say that, hey, look, the sales register that you gave us have 8 invoices like this, numbers are missing. So you might want to export this into some format. So IDEA allows you to export the result into PDF. See this option here. When I click on this button, IDEA wants to know, so never change the folder here. IDEA wants to know the file name. So I'm saying missing sales invoices. Please try this option. Click here. This is the option. And give the name of the file. Click on save. So where is your exported PDF file? Click on library. Click on results and double click on this file. This report, which option, Durgesh? This option. Export option is here, just below the file name and below the report header. There's a small bar here. This comes by default. So that bar is missing on your screen. I don't know. Is this the case with others also? Because this is a part of the screen. We cannot disable or enable it. Are you seeing this report? Is this screen that you have exactly same as mine? Because when you're in the report format, this is part of the report. It will come by default for everybody. Maybe you are on a different screen rather. So everybody else, please summarize from sales file import if possible. Yes, we will do plenty of analysis on this. We will do summarization also. Don't worry. That's why I asked you, how is your Josh? This is the first thing we have started, no? Slowly and gradually, we will do plenty of analytics today. Now, this is how it looks like in your PDF. You can also export into Excel. So there's an option here, send to Excel. Just click on it. Okay, how to see result file? So in your file explorer, there's a tab library. Click on it. Then look for result option. Under that you will have this file. You double click. It will open. Now as far as Excel is concerned, the moment you click on it, you will see that Excel tab is highlighted here. You simply open it and the report is visible for you. So it is up to you whether you want to share an Excel version or PDF version with your client. Generally, in case of internal audits, in case of stat audits, in case of process audits, we share Excel editable and we say, okay, give your remarks why these invoices are not given. So they might give, say, the invoice was cancelled, or invoice was reversed, or by mistake not given, any reason that they would give you. I lost that result file. You have not lost it, Durgesh. I'll tell you how to go there. Suppose you click on any other file, say you clicked on this file, then you might think that the result is lost. So no worries, you click on sales register file, the main file, and when you click on data, it comes to our main file, and here your result is permanently saved. Anytime you can come and see this. Can you see an entry here? Are you on sales register file? So once we run any result, it is permanently saved unless you delete. So that's the beauty of IDEA. Nothing is lost. Yes, sir, I am, but can't see. So maybe you may not have. No, it's okay. You can quickly do it once again. See, there's no harm. It's not going to take time. What you should do, Durgesh, you should click on, ensure that you are in this sales register file. Click on gap detection and simply say OK. See how quickly it will do. Go to gap detection and click on OK. It will save the result with a name gap detection by default. Just try. It is very simple. See, I am also doing. Yeah. See, there's no problem. We can do if you have missed out on anything. Also got the export option. That's great. Which means earlier your command was not executed. PDF file is not available under results. Okay, so have you changed the folder? If you have changed the folder, then it may have gone into some other folder. Otherwise, it is generally available. Let me show you once again. Okay, let's click on missing sales invoice. See what I am doing, Geeta. I am clicking here. See, by default, it goes into result.ilb folder. Okay, now I am giving the name missing invoices. I am giving a different name. Earlier I gave missing sales invoices. Now I am giving missing invoices. Clicking on save. Now I click on library. See, I have this file here, missing invoices. Please try, Geeta. No, Durgesh, it doesn't open automatically. It just gets saved. We have to go there in that folder and open it. So you can click data and this you can toggle like this. Okay. There is one more file. Where is the path? So path is documents My idea documents, idea projects, and our folder is Soft Skills Private Limited. This is the path. So follow this path, Sachin. Yes, Abhishek, you can ask your queries right away. We are just on that homework file only. So if you want to speak, we will allow you to speak, else you can type. What is the last folder of path? Last folder is your name of the project. So if you see Trans Logistic Private Limited FY 21-22, this is the folder in which we are working. So if you see on my here this bar, you see this is the last folder. What is criteria while finding duplicates? So Abhishek, I have not taught you finding duplicate, so just hold on. I will come back to your query. We will just finish gap detection and then we will go to duplicates. Now someone has asked me a very interesting question, that what if the invoice number is alphanumeric? So Karan Suvarna, yeah. So let us see how an alphanumeric invoice number can be used for gap detection. Shall we proceed? Everyone has completed this gap detection. Please do it yourself. Yeah, out of 53, only 7-8 people are interacting over chat, which means the ratio is very, very weak. Yeah, others also, please do it yourself. Then you will enjoy the session. If you just observe things, it is of no use. It'll not be of benefit to you. Yeah, great. Now there is a file, sales register invoice number format. So I'm just opening this file. Now the same sales register file, what I have done is I have changed the invoice number formats. This is what Karan wanted to know. You see north, west, northeast, yeah, some different header, prefixes what I have given. Now if your invoice numbers are like this, how Idea will find a gap? Along with that, I will show you one more very useful feature of Idea. For this, I have divided our sales register in two parts. If you see our original sales register, which is this sales register, it has got invoice number 1 to invoice number 1004. It's a complete file. What I did to make you understand the append option, I divided that file into two parts. First part, invoice number 1 to invoice number 400. Second part, invoice number 401 to invoice number 1004. So I simply divided the file. And why I did that? Many a times when we do concurrent audit of bank, when we do yearly audit, we get monthly data. Say a monthly data of inventory, a monthly data of payroll. Now, so for some reason, if you want to combine all these files and make a consolidation of all these 12 files into one, then we need to know this function. So let us assume that this part 1 is the first 6 months of sales register, Part 2 is the next 6 months of sales register, and you are going to combine. Have you understood the background of this? Why? What are we doing? For what reason? So I'm going to show you two things here. One is how to find gap on an alphanumeric invoices, and second, how to consolidate these files. In real life, I use this option very often because whenever we go for an audit, we get monthly data. Now, if I want to do a quarterly analysis, half yearly analysis, I need to consolidate. Yeah. So, and please understand that this particular file has 3 sheets and we have to import all of them. So I close this file. I said don't save it. I close this file also. Now please go to Idea, go to Home tab, click on Desktop, select Excel once again, browse, and select invoice number format. This is the file you should select. Click on Open and Next. Please come up to here and confirm. Now since in this Excel we have got 3 sheets, we have to import all of them. So please select part 1 and part 2. We are going to import for the first time an Excel file which has got more than 1 sheets. It is in our training file folder, Durgesh. See here. The name of the file is this. Please look at it in the folder. Great. Now go to Idea and come up to here. I will wait for both of you and you have to select all the sheets. And if you observe that we have a header in all the 3 sheets, so we have to say first row is field names. Please select this option as well. Now let's give a very small name to the file, say INV. Just say the file name as INV, small name. We already have a sales register name, so to avoid confusion, once you all have done all of this, let me know. I will click on OK. Now look at your left side. Here, 3 different files are imported into Idea. If you remember, in first session I mentioned, Idea do not have any sheets. Excel works in a sheet concept. So you can have 1, 2, 3, 4 different sheets. Idea doesn't have a sheet. So 3 different sheets in Excel becomes 3 independent files in Idea. Okay. So in one go, we have imported 3 files. This is what we did. This is part 1. This is part 2. How will this be handled if all sheets does not have first row as header? Very nice question, DC Cabra. If you have one sheet with a header, then first select that with the option first row as a field name. So at that time you have to repeat the step. Then you have to again select the file, select the second sheet which doesn't have a header. Okay. So there's a manual way. You have to do it multiple times. So better is first type the header in Excel and then import it. Because Excel is an editable software, you can type headers manually over there. Okay, and without header this will not give you a proper visibility on the content. So better to have headers in the Excel. Alternatively, you have to, after importing, double click in the working area and you have to manually type the headers here. Otherwise, IDEA will give by default headers like character 1, number 1, character 2, number 2, like that, which are very inconvenient headers. Okay. All right. Now let us first look at invoice number format. So here I have a character and number both. So let us go to analysis, gap detection, and now you see invoice number is character in nature and there is a mask also given. Earlier when it was numeric, we got a range. Now it is character, so we have got a mask. No difference. Just simply say OK. Just simply say OK. Please come up to here. Can you see in your result section one entry, gap detection? Now what is the difference in the report? Difference is in the key value. There's a new tab added here which was not there earlier. If I show you the earlier report, see, earlier there was no tab of key value. Why? Because invoice number was a numeric in nature. But now we have invoice number which is character. So what this says is that invoice number starting with E North, there is nothing which is missing. All invoices are present. Then click here and say North. So invoice number starting with North, there are two invoices which are missing. Number 1007, 1017. West 1, there are 9 invoices which are missing. This entire range 8 to 16, 9 invoices are missing. Invoice number starting with West 2, there are 2 invoices which are missing. So Karan, this is what you wanted to explore. Everyone understood two different types of gap detection? You can run a gap detection on the date also. Okay, I will show you that as well. You want me to repeat? Very simple. Just look at this Jalpesh. I am on the file. Okay, I click on gap detection. I'm not doing anything. I'm just simply clicking on OK. Just say OK. When you say OK, you will see a result here. Click on it. How to rename a file? Okay, let me show you that as well. See, in your gap detection, you can click rename and it will allow you to select the new name. You can say missing invoices and say OK. See, the name is changed. Now, can we export full file with all the list? Why E Northwest is not showing? Okay, let us look at that. Let us see. Very interesting observation. Yes, it should show this as well. And there seems to be gaps also. E North ST is not showing. Yes, you are right. Okay, I will get back to you on this, Sirish. Rather than spending time exploring, ideally it should show because it's a key value. Yeah, you are absolutely right. So let me figure out where is the bug here. Okay. Chirag, I haven't understood your query. Can you explain it a little better. You want to say that the report. Unfortunately, IDEA has not come up with this. I understood your query, Chirag. You are saying, okay, why have to we select this and then the different observations are coming? What if I want all the missing invoices with all the series in one go, correct? That is your query, no? I don't know why IDEA has not given this facility. This is a, see, as I said, no, none of the software will serve 100% your needs. Some or the other issues will be there. So here also, I don't know, they should have given an option that I should say all and it should show me all. Why do I have to go to the drop down? So this is a lacuna in this software. Do we need the data in either ascending or vice versa direction? Durgesh, the good news is that this entire, all what we are going to do from now onwards is because whenever we do any analysis, IDEA is going to automatically sort the data, either ascending or descending on its own. So this is automatically done in IDEA. If you see here, there is one entry created, invoice number ascending. See, we have not done any indexing. But when we did a gap detection, IDEA automatically sorted the data in the order of invoice number ascending. See? Okay, Durgesh. So we don't have to sort anything. It is automatic in IDEA. Karan has a point. E North ST is not showing because of mask. The mask we selected had 6 characters. Actually, we have not selected the mask. It has come by default. See, when you click on gap detection and when you select invoice number, it automatically picks up the mask. Okay, but there seems to be some problem here in the software algo, I think. But that's why I'm saying instead of exploring during the session, let me explore it post the session to see what is wrong here, why this mask is not coming up correctly. Key value includes only E North, but in invoice, yes, that is what we are trying to see, Anil. Gitesh, again, you have to see, so when I say export and I say invoice, see how it comes. Let me show you. See, that is what we discussed. Why this entire report, why there is no option all? That is what we have discussed. So the vendor has not given this facility. So there is a disconnect between the user requirement here. Ideally, vendor should have given us that option. Yeah, so it is not there. That's why we can't do Gitesh. But this I will figure out. Let's see where the bug is. Sometimes it doesn't goes into proper selection or what. We need to check. Okay. Now let us look at the second activity. What is the second activity? I have invoice number, which is part 1, and you already know that it has got 400, invoice number 400 as the last record, correct? And part 2, it starts with invoice number 401 and ends at invoice number 1003. So we have 2 files which are to be consolidated. Shall I go and show you that? Are you through with the gap detection? Great. Now, if you see, we have so many files open here. Yeah, IDEA can open n number of files, but at the same time, only one file can be visible on the screen. In real life, when we are working on a large voluminous data, every file will have some 5 lakh, 2 lakh, 8 lakh records. So it slows down the process. So regularly, it's a best practice. You should keep closing the file. Now see, this file I don't want, so I can just simply say close. We will do that, Geeta, just 1 minute. Now, maybe if you right click and you have an option of close all. So regularly you can keep closing the file. Now Geeta, if you want to rename the file has to be closed. You can come here and right click and you can say rename. Idea will allow you to rename. Yeah, this is very simple. You have to just right click and rename. Okay. But we are not going to rename the part 1 right now. What you all need to do is just double click on part 1. Let it remain here. Now to consolidate part 1 with part 2, the option is under analysis, append. Click on append. Please come up to here, open part 1 file and click on append. Now what idea is asking? Which database to append to active database? So my active database is part 1 and I want part 2 to be appended. So double click on it. Part 2 will be visible over here. Done. That is it. Now you can give the new name to the consolidated file. So you can say yearly sales register, or you can just say consolidated file, anything that you want to name it. Shall I click on OK? So I'm clicking on OK. What you would observe here is that a child file is created. This is called as a child file. Within invoice part 1, there is a sub file created with 997 records. How is 997? So 601 is in the part 2, 396 records in part 1, total is 997. This is how you can do a reconciliation. This is a combined file. Now if you want to go through the file, you can see if I scroll down, see here, up to invoice number 400, which is here. This is my invoice number 400. This is my part 1. And after 401 onwards till the end, this is my part 2. Okay. Are we clear? So consolidating the file is very, very simple in idea. Yes, it is going to be double because idea when you use append option will not look for duplicates. It will just take the files as it is and add it below the first file. So this function is only for appending. It will not do anything else. So if you have 2-3 invoices which are common, you should then do a duplicate check, which I'll show you after this append, once we are through with this. If we want one more column saying which part it belongs, whether possible, yes, that is also possible. Let me show you. Okay. Have you all understood what Shiris wants to say? Shiris wants to say that I want a column here at the end. Up to invoice number 400, it should say part 1. And from invoice number 401 onwards, it should say part 2. Is that you want, Shirish? Is my understanding right? Okay. So for that, you have to go to part 1 and you have to add column here. Now we all know in IDEA, you cannot delete anything, like rows cannot be deleted, any values cannot be deleted, only columns can be deleted. Similarly, you cannot add new row, but you can add new column. No, Sachin, what Sirish is saying that I have consolidated part 1 and part 2 in this file. Now he wants to know that whatever records are in part 1, besides this there is a new column which should say part 1, part 1, part 1. And the moment it appends the part 2 records, which is invoice number 401, in the consolidated file it should say part 2, part 2, part 2. Okay. So I was explaining that in IDEA, since you cannot remove any row, similarly you cannot add any row. But you can delete the column and same way you can add the column. So now I will add the column. So all of you please go to invoice part 1. Okay. And then click on data, which is here. There's an option called append. Click on it and say what heading should we give here. Just say part. Just say part. Correct? So part 1, 2, something like that. Now we should say whether it is numeric or character. So if you want to give it in 1, 2, then you can keep it numeric. If you want to give Roman 1, 2, then it should be character. What would you like to give, Sirish? Numeric 1, 2 or Roman 1, 2, whatever you suggest. Okay, so select virtual numeric and in the parameter just say 1. In the parameter just say 1. This is a new column, Chirag, we are adding into the existing file. Okay, so we are giving the column heading as part, virtual numeric, and parameter as 1, and I am clicking on OK. So what happened here? A new column in all the records of the first file is inserted here with the number 1. Same you can do in part 2. Just try yourself. Go to part 2, go to data, click on append, and again give the column heading as part and give the parameter as 2 and say OK. So this is part 2. Please complete and confirm. Excellent. Slowly and gradually you are getting used to the tool and feeling it comfortable. Now click on part 1. Click on part 1. Then go to analysis and click on append. Yes, that's a character. So you have to select virtual character. Click on append. Select part 2 and now give the file name as combined file or combined sales register. Click on OK. Now observe yourself whether the records changes after invoice number 400. Here it changes. Valid equation is required. So, Abhishek, are you trying to append the character field? Okay, then in that case, let me show you how to do. It it means we cannot refresh earlier file, we have to append again. Yes, we have to do it once again and you have to delete this file. Now how to delete this file? So first close this file, yearly sales register, right click, and this is permanently gone. Okay, so once you delete the file, you cannot bring it back. There is no Control Z. Geeta, I'll show you once again. Have a look. Please click on part 1. Please click on part 1. Go to append. Click on part 2 and then give the name as combined sales register. Change the name and say OK. So once you say OK, an additional column with whether it's part 1, part 2 will be visible. Now before I answer any query, let me answer Abhishek's query. Now if you want to add a character column, then how do you add character column? Let us see that as well. Now this is a numeric column, right? It is a virtual numeric column. If you want to insert virtual character, what is to be done? So again, go to data, click on append and say parts. Now I'm changing the heading to parts because part is already available. So Abhishek and others, have a look. Now I'll say virtual character. Now whenever you say virtual character, you have to give the length. Okay, so say length is 3. You can give 2 also because it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 11, 15. So it's up to you how much length you want to give. Now, whenever you are inserting a character column, you cannot simply write Roman 1, or even if you want 1 but in the character column, then this is not the way to do. Anytime whenever you are inserting a character column, you have to first click on equation editor, this button. So when you click on it, a new dialog box will appear. Please click here. You can append the same file again n number of times. It will keep on creating new files. So now here, Abhishek, anytime whenever we are defining something for the character column, it should be in the quotes. So quotes are given over here. You have to click. And in between you can type 1, in between you can type I, whatever you want to. Even if you want 1, but in the character column, it should be written like this. Anything you write here, you can write here. You can write 1 also. Okay. So let us say I. Abhishek, have you done this? All of others, have you completed this? Now there is a button over here, which is a sign, white color sign. You have to click here to come out. So the parameter is within the quotes and you say OK. See, this is how you can insert a character column. Same way you can go to part 2, insert a column and then append once again. Can we make it to take give file name as new column data? Can we make it to take give file name as new column data? Sorry Chirag, I haven't understood it. I have wrongly given two names as part and path. How to get this corrected? I see two columns in appended file. Okay Durgesh. So if you want to delete the column, then there is an option called remove here. Suppose the path column you want to delete, you can delete here. If you want to rename any column, then anywhere in the working area like this, you double click. So you will see here the names will be visible. Like suppose if this is path, okay, you can double click and change it to part. So changes can be done here. Just try it out. Where is the button to click? Okay, you have got the button. I want instead of writing 1, 2, the file name should appear. Ah, Chirag. Okay. So that facility is not there. You have to only add whatever. So instead of that, if you want file name, then you insert an editable character. You can insert a virtual character, and in the double quotes, you can write a file name, part 1, part 2. Like how I have written I here, you can change it. Instead of I, you can say part 1, name of the file, part 1. That's it. Okay, so instead of that, now see it will reflect as part 1. Please observe my last column, Chirag. So I have given the length as 3, so it is only considering par. So let's increase the length. Let us make the length as 10 characters. See now, my last column is part 1, which is the name of the file. No automatic way. Nothing will be automatic here, Chirag. You have to do it as per your own convenience. This is a data analytics tool, and this is a tool which creates a log. So if tool has to do automatically, then log will not be created. See, understand the purpose of this tool. Everything that you are creating, there is a log being generated, and log is always useful for the activities done by the auditor. Now Chirag, if you see the history here, just click on history. See, there are two logs created. One is you have added the new column, which is parts, virtual character, and you have said I. Okay. Then you have modified the field. What you have done? You have modified the field. Earlier the value was I, and then you replaced with part I, that is part 1. So if everything software has to do automatically, see here also I have changed the length from 3 to 10. So the very objective of this software will get defeated if software will do many things automatically. This is very, very important. We auditors generally undermine the importance of this history, but this is a blessings in disguise. Every single step, say your team member has done something incorrect, you can quickly find out who has done what. You can easily ask your team, why have you modified the type? Why have you changed the value? You are not supposed to do that. Yeah, so you can track this. In Excel, there is no log. Suppose 5 people working on the same file, and if somebody has manipulated the columns, you will never come to know. Even if he has done it, he might get afraid and say, nahi, nahi, maine to nahi kiya, sir. So here, along with the username, it comes. Yeah. So the purpose is different here. We can't expect automation in such tools. Okay. Hope Chirag, you have understood the intent of why this software is developed. Now it is workable if we put Roman 1 in parameter without opening equation editor by putting in quotes. Yes, but I have shown you a proper way of doing it. Once you become pro, once you get used to, you can type quotes in the parameter. No need to go to equation editor. But since we are all learning, I am going in the proper way. Okay, there are always shortcuts, but you can use shortcuts when you get used to the tool. Correct, Anil? We have different sorts of audience here, no? So I am going in a proper way. If we are appending 12 different months file, we can give respective month name. Yes, that's correct. And that's the reason, Shirish, I've shown you systematically how to add a column and how to write the name of the month. Yeah. Can we remove the appended column? Yes, you can remove not only the appended column, you can remove the columns given by the client also. I will show you now. Because in one file the appended column type is virtual numeric and other is virtual character. Due to this I am unable to append. No, it is not like that. You can append as many columns as you want. It's not that because one is numeric and one is character you can't. You can add as many columns as you want. Can we join more than one file at a time? Yes, Geeta, we can join more than one file. You have to just simply keep on adding. Okay. Don't worry. Okay, my query. Have I missed your query, Geetesh? What was your query? Because it is going so fast. If column in part 2 are more than part 1 and also in different order, then how will be the consolidation? The problem here is that it will not consolidate. Suppose in part 2 or part 1 columns are more. Okay, let me show you live. It is a very valid point, but let me show you. Then only you will observe this. So I have to show you that. And what was that? In combined, sir, can we have part 1 and part 2 in one column? That is what we did, no? Mr. Burney, it is in the same column. If you see, part 1 and part 2 will come one below the other only. Yeah. So if you see my combined file, 1 and 2 is just one below the other. You see here? Look at last column. Here. Up to here it is 1, then below it is 2. Yeah, it is in one column only. So now I have two queries. Let's address Gitesh query. Okay. And then let's also see how to remove a column. I will show you both. Now let us go to original file. Please observe what I am doing. I am creating a copy of this. Okay. I am deleting the invoice number format. I don't want this. Now, what Gitesh wants to know is that in part 1, I have these many columns, and in part 2, let's say I deleted this column. So part 1 and part 2, they are not in proper order. In part 1, I have extra column, and in part 2, I don't have it. So how idea will append it? So let me show you, then only you will understand. Okay. Gitesh, is this your query? Have I understood correctly? In different order. Okay. So let us change the order. Suppose this region is here. I change it to here. Let us see what happens. Okay. So I save this file, close it, and I import it. So I say home, desktop, Excel, browse, copy, open, and next. So I have two different sheets now. Yeah, two different column arrangements, and in one sheet there's an extra column. Now I am giving a name as test. Yeah, I'm just giving a name as test, saying OK. So now what is our job? We have to append test 1 and test 2. They both are not common. So I open test 1, which is already open here, and then I go to analysis, append, and I select test 2. Now one question Geeta had asked, can we append more than one file? So if you have more than one file, say the third file, you can click here, fourth file, you can click here, fifth file, you can click here, sixth file, you can. So similarly, you can keep on adding. So more than one file can be appended. So I have answered your that query. So I am just removing. So now we have test 1 which is open, and we are now appending it with test 2. I am giving the name as append database. Let's see what happens. Now append database has appended the file. Okay. It has got 997 records, but let us see in which order, whether automatically understood order or not. Okay. So I'm just increasing the fonts so that you can see. Let me reveal the secret. Now up to column number 400, sorry, invoice number 400 is my first file. Okay. Now Gitesh, have you got your answer? See what happened? Even if the order was different, idea has corrected that. Yeah. And where it is not there, it has left it as blank. So even if the columns are not in proper order, and if one column is missing, idea will automatically take care of it. Have I answered your query, Gitesh? You are a wonderful batch. I am just having a good time answering your intelligent queries. Friends, are you there? I'm not getting any replies. Okay, I was getting replies, but it was not scrolling down. Instead of deleting the column, can we hide and import? Yes, you can hide the column, Mr. Balaji. There is no need to delete always. Yes, Shirish, headers needs to be same. We can try that also. We can change the header and see whether idea still understands that or not. But yes, ideally, based on the column headers, idea is picking it up. Then only it will combine automatically, ignoring column order. Yes, additional column will come at the end. So let us do that as well quickly. So what I'm doing is now I'm adding a new column in part 2. I am saying commission. And what is the formula? Commission is 0.01% of sales. Okay. So let us have this column in part 2 and I am saving. Now what am I doing? I am quickly importing part 2. Pardon me, I am doing little fast because I am just importing. So I go to desktop, Excel, and I go to CAAT training files. Now I'm only importing part 2 because I've changed the I've added the commission column. Okay. and I'm saying test 1. Okay. So just to avoid confusion, I'm just renaming it test 1. So please observe, in test 1 file, I have a additional column which is commission. Okay. And in test 1, I don't have a, sorry, this is test 1 part 1 and this is test 1 part 2, so that we don't get confused. Now this is open, so let me say A and B, it would be better just to avoid confusion. Names are at times difficult too, so I'm saying A and this is B. So in A file I have no commission column, and in B file I have a commission column. So let us see how it works. So I go to A, I go to analysis, I go to append, and I click on B. That's it. And I say file name is C. So A, B is added to C. Now see what IDEA has done. IDEA has replaced in the first file values with 0, because in the first file, which is A, there was no commission column. B, there was a commission column. So in C, up to record number 400, it will be 000. See, up to here it is 0. Hope this is clear, my friends. So even if there is a new column, IDEA will take care of it. Now the only thing, yes, I will give you a break since your queries were very much connected. So we never realized that 1 hour 15 minutes have gone by. Can we just check last thing and then I give you a break if that's okay with everyone? Please support me here, 2 more minutes. We will check if I change the header whether append works. Yeah. So thank you very much. I'll not take more time to do that. So I'll go to invoice copy. Okay. And now what I'm doing is I am changing here the name of product as items. Okay. And customer type I'm changing to my what do I say, customers are my, let's say customer type be same. Instead of region, I'll say area. I am changing the name of 2 columns, area. Okay, so this change I have made in part 2. So I am saving it. I am again importing it. Home, desktop, Excel. Next, and I'm now importing part 2. So here if you see, there's a items and there's an area. These are the 2 changes I made, and I'm giving the name of the file as D and OK. So I have a file name D. Let me rename it to D. So let us go to file A. File A has a region as a heading and product as a heading, and file D has items as a heading and area as a heading. So that is a change. So I'm going to A, I'm going to analysis, append, and append with D, and file name is E. Okay. Now see, when the column names are different, IDEA has not understood it. So in the earlier case, when the column name were same, idea has automatically rearranged the columns even if it was in the different order. So hope you understand. So items and area, two columns are blank in the first file because idea has understood it as area is region and product is item. So it has kept the content here. Now the moment I go down, see these two columns are blank and these two new columns are added. So in append, as long as your column headers are same, idea will match it. So all your queries regarding append we have really seen on the screen rather than conceptually explaining. I have shown you everything on the screen. Any other query? If not, then we can take a 5-minute bio break or a quick break. Yeah? Can we give any command wherein region and area are same? No, Sirish, because these are two new columns that idea is considered, no? While appending, there are two new columns idea is considered, so it is not possible. Great, good queries, good interaction we all are having. Yes, you can now change the columns as names as, but if the region already exists, you cannot give it as region once again. Same column names are not allowed. It should be region 1. Yeah, because this is a new independent column. So you have to say region 1 and region region 1 and product 1. So in a way, you can say that product 1 is a second file and product is a first file. Region 1 is a second file and region is a first file. That way you can help with the classification. Yeah. So when I click here and I say items as products, I will get a message. See, so idea is smart. Idea hasn't given any message. It has added 1 to the column header. I typed product, it has automatically considered product 1. Similarly, if I change the area to region, see I'm just typing region. What idea is doing is adding 1 to it. See, sorry, this is the spelling different. REGION. See, it is adding region 1. So this is how idea operates. Same names cannot be. Can we merge two columns into one manually in idea? No. Yeah. We are talking about concatenate in Excel where we can merge two columns, right? So great. Let's take a break and we will come back. 5 minutes break. We'll be back on 7:30. Even I'm back, Durgesh. So let us start. Great, Ramana. I think everyone is ready. Yeah, I like your Josh. It's very good going, guys. Yeah, before we went on to break, I think one query came from Shirish. Shirish wanted to know, can we combine the columns? Okay, yeah. So let me show you that. So we have got a solve for this. See now, here is your product 1 and here is your region 1, correct? And now we appended the files which has got a two different headers. Now here we have got a product and here we have got a region. And if you remember, I combined the file where this product 1 was actually an item and region 1 was actually area, correct? So we renamed it. But now these four columns are literally meaning here it shows me the values, here it shows the blank, and then when I go down, yeah, here it shows the values and here it is blank. So it doesn't look good, correct? So Shirish wanted to know, can we combine these two columns? Yeah, I said no, because I initially thought it's a concatenate, which was right. But then I realized that yes, even I have done so. So let me show you how to do that. So what are we now doing is, instead of these four columns, yeah, we are going to only have two columns. Okay, so how do I do that? So let me show you. So let's say, let me append a column and say product. So product column is already there. So I'm saying product 2. We already have product 1 also. Then what we'll do is later we will delete these columns. Okay. So now I say product 2 and I go with a field called character. Please observe what I'm doing. I go with the field type character and I say the length is say 50. Okay, or let's say 75. Please observe what I'm doing. Now I click on parameter and I say combine. So what is the value of product 2? A combination of product plus product 1. Combination of product plus product 1. Okay, and I say okay. So what happens, my friends? Have a look. Let me pull the product 1 column in the screen here so that you can see. Let me bring it here. Now see closely, my friends. Up to here, the value is refrigerator and everything is blank here. And from here, television sets is picked up over here. So now this column has all the values. This is what you wanted, correct? Shirish? Hope I've understood your query correctly. Now the product 2 column combines the values. So where is the change? You can see from here. Up to, if you see this column, up to this record number, it is picking the value from product. And from here on, it is picking the value from product 1. So now these two columns are redundant. I don't need them anymore. So what can I do? I can go to remove. I can go to drop down and I can say remove product column and say OK. Yes. And now I can go to remove and I can say remove product 1 also. OK. So now I can rename product 2 as only product. I can rename product 2 as only product. That is it. And I can move it wherever I want. So I will move this product column just before customer type. Can you please try the same for can you try the same for region and region 1? This is your practice. You can drag this. You can drag a column like this. You can pick up the header and drop wherever you want. So bring region and region 1 together just besides each other and see up to record number 396 the values are in this region column and then it is in the region 1 column. Now let's combine these two columns. Please try to see if you are able to do it. Otherwise I'll anyway show, and then delete the column region and region 1. Okay. Okay, there is no combine button, Durgesh. You have to click on append. We have to add the new column and you have to give the name region 2 because region and region 1 is already given. Give the name region 2 and then in the field type select character. Here please select character. Then give the length, say 75 characters. Always give more length so that there is no risk of it is getting truncated. Okay. Now what is the parameter? So click here. Now say region. Double click on the region and say plus region 1. That's it. We are instructing idea. Insert a new column. Name region 2. And what will be the content of region 2? Region plus region 1. Simple English, no formula, no syntax, no comma, no brackets, no parenthesis, nothing. Simple English, the way you think in your brain, that's the same way you write here. So I'm saying add new column with the content of these two columns. Then validate and exit, we have to click here. So the formula is visible here and simply say OK. Now let us keep all the three columns together. See, let me enlarge. See friends, hope you understand what I'm doing. In the first part, up to row number 396, the values were in region column. Then from record number 397, the values were in region 1. Now I have combined it. So now I don't need these two columns. So you can go to remove and delete region and region 1. Another shortcut is you double click on the working area and you can say select region column and say delete. Yes. Select region 1 column, say delete. Yes. And now go to region 2 and give the name as region. Say OK. Yes. See, 4 unwanted columns converted into 2 valid columns. So now you can bring region wherever you want. You can drag it. Suppose you want it here, you can drop it. So now the file is again proper. Are we clear, friends? Just take your time, do it. We are not in a hurry. The more you do it, the better comfort you will get it. So even if you append files with different columns, you can then combine it and delete those individual columns. Great. Shall we proceed? If you are doing, please finish it. The moment you see it happening with yourself, that confidence will be. Please explain how to delete. Okay. There are two ways, Chirag. One is you click on remove, which is under data. Any column you need from here, you can select. Let's say I select commission column and I say OK. And you will get this message and delete. So it is gone. This is one way. Second is you double click here anywhere in the working area and select any column that you don't want. Suppose you don't want invoice amount, just simply say delete. Okay. So these are the two ways you can delete. Everyone, please try it out yourself. Just observing won't be very pleasant experience for you. Okay, Gitesh. So you all have to do one thing. If you're getting a message like this, then you have to go to File option, click on File, go to this option here, and then look for this third option from the bottom. Do not allow deletion of non-virtual fields. Deselect this option. This one, please deselect it and say OK. I'm repeating once again. Click on File, Options, and deselect this option. Now try Gitesh, you will be able to delete the columns. Perfect, Gitesh. Shall we proceed, friends? Everyone managed to combine the columns and then delete the columns. Are you all comfortable? Are you all enjoying? How is the Josh? Okay, excellent. Nice to know. I am really very happy with this batch. Wish we could have seen each other in physical mode. This would have been a wonderful interaction we could all have. Okay, Geeta. But please, tomorrow come with the software, do it yourself. You will really have a good time. You are not able to combine, Sachin? Are you getting any error? What is the message you are getting? Could we get the recording of session? Yes, Manish. recordings of the session, the links were shared on the WhatsApp group, and that reminds me, friends, please join WhatsApp group. Yeah, we have already shared the links of the recorded session. Please see that. Not able to combine, no error appearing. Then it is already combined if the error is not coming. See, I am doing once again, Sachin. You see what I am doing, and then you will be able to accordingly do it. Now I have already deleted those columns. So in front of you, what I am doing is I am combining these two columns. Just see what I am doing. What I am doing, I am combining product and the customer type. So my new column should come something like music system foreign, something like that. Okay. So just see what I am doing, and then you can find out where you are going wrong. So I say append, and I just say column name is combine. Okay. Then I click here character. This is what you have to select, Sachin. Length has to be say 100 characters. Now click on parameter. In the parameter, whichever two columns you want to combine. Let us say I am combining product. So I double click on product and I click on plus sign, and I am combining now which column I said? Yeah, region. So I am combining region. Yeah, region 3. Okay, this is what I did, and I say validate and exit and say okay. Now I see music system south. So music system is name of the product. Yeah, which is here, and south is the region. No, Gitesh, that is a problem in this tool. Once you delete the column, it is gone forever. See, that's the reason it gives you a warning message also. Let me show you. So if I want to delete this combined column and I say delete, see what it says. Are you sure you want to permanently delete? That is the reason why it is asking you to reconfirm. That's why Mr. Balaji was correct. He said don't delete, hide it. Yeah. So how do you hide it? So you right click, select the column, right click and say hide. That is better. Sachin is saying I am doing MIO stand not. You have to retype your query, Sachin. So deleting files, deleting columns, there is no control Z. It's gone forever. Oh, you are making a mistake in parameter. If some mistake happen, then we have to do all work again, no undo. Yes, therefore you don't get into mistakes. Idea is making you perfect. Don't get me wrong, I am not marketing any product, but yeah, you're right, Gitesh. Very little room for error here, especially when you're deleting something. So idea discourages you to delete. Idea says you hide it, you keep it, but don't delete it. Okay, Sachin finally managed to got this combine option. Shall we proceed if you are all okay? Now, suppose in this case, let me go to my sales register file. Where is my sales register? Here. This is our original file that we imported from Excel. This is a homework that I gave to all of you. Correct? Now leave A, B, C, D files. Let's close everything and let's go to main file, which is this file, which is our original file. We just got everything in proper order. Now, what if I want this data in a particular order. Suppose I want to know from this sales register, what is my product mix? How is my sale of each product looking like? Then for that we have to go to analysis, and there is an option called summarization, which is here. Can you please open this file, sales register, go to analysis and click on summarization. Please do up to here. All of you please come to this dialog box. Okay, Anil. Now I want to know my product mix. So I click on product, select product from the drop down. Then numeric field to total, say invoice amount. Now what do I want to do with this invoice amount? So I'm saying give me a sum. By default, idea clicks on this option. By now we know that we have two options when it comes to output: create a database and create a result. So now create database option is already selected. We will select create result also. Let me show you how it looks like. What is the name we should say? Product wise analysis. Same name we can give, copy paste to fold database as well. Please select all these options. Also click on average so that I can show you what does this mean. So what all we have done? We have selected product here. We have clicked on invoice amount. We have clicked on sum and average. We have given the file name and result name. Please complete up to here. Okay. Now please click on OK. Yes, Chirag. This is a not kind of pivot. This is a pivot. Pivot is all about summarization, isn't it? So this is nothing but a product-wise summarization. First of all, let us understand where your output is. So product-wise analysis, what you are seeing on your screen is permanently saved over here. And product-wise analysis is a database created over here. Now we had this file which was looking like this, and when we did a summarization, a new table has been created for us, and this is a new column added by idea with a hyperlink. It is blue in color, and when you take your cursor over here, it changes the cursor design. So when you click on any of this, it opens up the link. So if I click on 185, it opens 185 transactions of air conditions. Yes, we can do that, Durgesh. Now, one is this and one is this report, which is in your main file. When I click here, let me explore, Durgesh. I have seen it, but let me try. But let me finish this concept first. This is very important. Yeah. Now, if you look at the product-wise analysis report, how to read this very interesting and beautiful report? let me finish that. So if you see, it says that air conditions 185 invoices are there out of 999 invoices. So 185 divided by 999 is 18.52% in terms of records. It says that the cumulative value of air condition sale is 79,53,843, which is 18.73% of your total sales. This is how you have to read the report. Now, if you remember, we had selected the option average also, correct? Now, what this report is showing is a sum, which is this. We have selected another parameter, which is average. So to go to average, you can go here and see the average also. See, the entire report has changed now. So what is an average value of air conditions sold? 43,000. What is an average value of mobile phones sold? 43,700. Music system 40,000. Something like that. So this is again a very interesting thing. Okay. So you can toggle between the parameters here. The number of records is showing as 5. That is Geeta, because you are not in this file. You are in this product-wise analysis file. If you go here, then it will show you number of records as 5 because there are only 5 records. You have to go to the main file, which is our original file. And you have to come to this report. Then it will show you 999. You are in a different file. Okay. Now, you can export this report to Excel, Word, PowerPoint, anywhere you want, or even PDF, the same way. See, this is your PDF, this is your Excel. Yeah, I'm showing you that, Sachin. Have a look. So when I click here, it says send to Excel. Now click on OK, and you see this report is exported into Excel. See, Mr. Cabra, why it is not giving total at the end in the summary file just for confirmation? Yeah, this is just a presentation. This is just a report. Okay, but if you export it, see, it gives you a total here. Yeah, so does that answer your query? It is just a view, that's why it is not showing, but in the export it will show you. But your point is right, it should show here as well. Why it is not showing? It should show. Yeah, but it is not showing. Maybe this is how they have designed the report. Now if you want it PDF, you can click here, give the name product wise analysis. So today, Ramana, our time is almost up. We will be able to take it up tomorrow. Please remind me, okay? Acha, you are saying the same function selection criteria. Okay. So you see here, from here you can select. When you click on summarization, this is the criteria. I have selected product. Tomorrow we will select 2 dimension, 3 dimension, 4 dimension. We will have 8 dimension report. It's a beautiful thing. We will learn it tomorrow in more detail. Yeah, so right now I'm just showing you 1 dimension and how do we export it an idea. Okay. Now I have exported it in PDF, which is under the result section, product wise analysis. Yes, I will summarize today's session before leaving. Don't worry, Sachin. So this is how it looks like in PDF. This is how it looks like in Excel. Okay. Now one more thing that you can do here is You click on the first button and you can change the report into graph. And all these graphs have a link. So if I click on this graph, it will show me all the records of sale of mobile phones. Yeah. Tomorrow we will work on this in great detail. Yeah, you can change the type of graph also. All this we will learn tomorrow. Okay, you can toggle between the report and the graph like this using this first button. Yes, you are right, Mr. Cabra. See, Excel and Idea, they are competition product. So no vendor would like to give away their USP. So whenever you export the report into Excel, the formatting is very, very bad. You are absolutely right. See, all this is not correct. Ideally, it should come in proper columns. Yeah, but Idea has deliberately seems like done this. They have not made it user friendly because those who are using Idea generally don't use Excel. At the end of the day, everybody is here to make money, This is what my guess is because even I have trouble using exported reports in Excel. But very, very correct observation. Okay. So this brings us to the end of our session, friends. Hope you have had a good time. So just to summarize quickly, uh, we started a session by the gap detection, which is a very important hygiene level check that tells us that whether the file is complete or not. One can prepare hygiene level checks on chronologically serially numbered columns. So one homework, please find gap detection on the invoice date. Come prepared for tomorrow. One small homework that I'm giving. In this file, sales register file, in this sales register file, please run a gap detection on invoice date and tomorrow tell me, are there any dates where there are no invoices prepared by the company? Can you please do that much for me, all of you? Run a gap detection on the invoice date. Generate a report and we will see whether you are able to do it. Yeah, thank you very much. Then after the gap detection, we moved to other options like append. We have looked at character based invoice number column where we can see the gap detection. And in append, we have looked at various variations. Can we append two files one below the other? Can we append multiple files? Can we append files where the columns are not in proper sequence? Can we append file where in one file there are more columns as compared to the other file? Can we append files where the column names are different? All those variations we have tried, and at the end we have looked at summarization, which is one-dimensional summarization. Great. So this is what we did today. Looking forward to a very wonderful session again tomorrow. And now over to you, Samrat.
Thank you, Amish sir. Thank you, members, for attending this session.
See you tomorrow. Till then, have a happy evening. Good night.
Good night, sir.
Please join WhatsApp group. Yeah, a lot of information is getting shared on the WhatsApp group. So please join WhatsApp group, those who have not joined. Yeah, good night.